MMMike here for a quick intro on multi-range, where it came from, where to use it, how to tweak it, how to make all that magic happen. Now I just want to throw it out there. I like to trade on the daily and weekly charts. So for me, it's all about those high time frame confirmations. You can dial it down as low as the 15-minute charts. Yes, I'm talking to you, Alex and Robert. You can go to the 3-hour charts, which is where Ninja found his magic. All right, let's get into it.
We jump over to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. As you can see, straight off the bat with multi-range, we get some great longs in June 2015 and April, May 2019. Get you nice moves in the market. Yet again, we can take more trend following trades. So we can take all these longs all the way from June 2015 up to December 2017 to the top. Get a few scalps on the way down and take the shorts with. Again, take some of the counter trend shorts on the way up. Do this again through April, May, June, July, August 2019. Take a bit of a short, the COVID drop. We can again take our longs from April all the way up. Multi-range allows you to keep trading with the trend. And again, we can dial it in even further if we want some more shorts. All of this just from tweaking the lengths that we're playing with in the multi-range indicator. We can also turn on SAR trend to give us additional confirmation on those trades, which gets us long entries all the way up these moves, keeps us trading with the trend in the right direction. And we can zoom into the daily charts and get a lot more trades, a lot more entries. So if you're trading with bots and you want more entries, you don't want to be sitting out, or maybe you're too impatient, you don't want to be hanging out that long. You can also take trades on the daily time frame without SAR and just take those initial entries. So here we're just taking the half trend entries, and we can adjust the half trend lengths to suit. As you can see, as we change half trend on the chart, it depends on how quickly it flips. This is one of the most powerful trend following indicators out there. Now as we switch and we go and look at other assets like ETH, we've got the ability to really tweak the multi-range indicator. So one of my favorite momentum indicators is the Lazy Bear momentum indicator. So I've done a little tweak on it. Still uses standard calculations. I just run an additional extra long 21 moving average on it to get some trend detection. We can enable the Lazy Bear momentum trend detection to just smooth out some of these trades. Avoid some of the late entries, take the trades, ride them through. Treat it more like a scalper. With that as well, we can also adjust the lengths we're playing with for multi-range. So we can drop multi-range down to get in a bit quicker, or we can lengthen it to be a bit later into your entries, into your trades. It's just going to depend on how you're using it. I like a length of 4. A length of 3 is quite nice. Come down to a length of 2. It's pretty good. Sometimes it'll get you into a few entries a little early. You can go as low as 0.1. That's the lowest setting possible. It really is such a quick trend flip though. I would be really careful. Try and stick to a 4, lower it a little bit as you need to. Play around with the different filters. Have a look at SAR trend as well. See how we cut out some of those early or late entries. Those are some nice shorts and longs, especially this year, the downtrend. And we can zoom in. So we can go down to a 4-hour chart. Look at those longs. We just ride them all the way. And again, if we turn on SAR trend, we're going to avoid some of those late entries. We then look at additional assets. So if we go and have a look at Phantom on the 4-hour chart, again, we get these nice rides. We get a few shorts that come against the trend. They'll get out nicely depending on how you're entering and exiting, what your strategy and your plan is. We look at something like Gala that had an amazing pump. Look at that. Took shorts all the way down, a handful of longs. And then as we pump, we're just longing all of that pump. Here's where strategy is going to come in, and it's a big component. We'll look at SNX, which has had a big pump lately. Again, same thing. Now we can smooth a lot of these trades out. Let me just give us the most screen we can see. So we can smooth a lot of these trades out if we want to as well. So we can, here, start off with, we can use half trend for confirmation. If we're doing that, we might not necessarily want SAR for trend confirmation. Whether or not we want laser bear momentum as well. I quite like it. Might not get as many trades, but when you're in a trade, you're confident that you're going with the trend. If we're without the trend, as you can see there, we get some shorts here at a local bottom. They would have got out. Again, same as a lot of these longs with a bit of DCA would get out, but you kind of want to avoid that. Now as we drop down through a 3-hour chart, a 2-hour chart, hourly charts, 15-minute, you get a lot of trades. You're going to want to look at filtering some of these trades to go with the longer term trend when you're on a shorter time frame. Now, purely picking on synthetics today, but it is what it is. If we come in here and we zoom out a little bit, we utilize RSI filtering just at a very standard. We're going to clean up a lot of those trades, as you can see. If we then look at utilizing SAR trend, and if we're on a 15-minute chart, what we can do here is we can zoom that SAR time frame out a little bit. So we can go and use a 1-hour SAR signal. We can go and use the 4-hour. Maybe we just want to use the daily. And maybe as we're doing that, we want to turn off RSI filtering. So we're getting all of those entries in line with SAR. Maybe we want a couple of SAR lengths. So we're on the 15 minutes. So let's turn on our SAR, and let's use a second SAR, and let's choose the 4-hour. So only when the 1 and 4-hour SAR is long and we're getting these entries. So we've got our defined entries up here, our half trend entries, and our multi-range with half trend entries, or maybe just our multi-range entries. Only at those point in times are we going to be taking entries. And that's how you can look at turning multi-range into more of a full trend following scalper bot. All of this is to make your life as easy as possible, to allow you to aim to get into some of the best trades you can following the trend. And best of all, it comes with a strategy for backtesting. So when you're running your backtesting, you quite often want to turn off your normal alerts. You're going to need to come into the settings. You're going to have to accept the disclaimer, and you can tweak all of the setup and the settings here. I like to zoom out, so maybe try zooming out to a 3 or a 4-hour chart if you want to get good backtesting results. There's some really good money to be made. The settings here are all identical to what you have in the indicator, so you can set it up as you'd like. You're then gonna choose your backtesting setup. I have it set by default to go back to either the earliest chart data or the 1st of January 2020. You can choose to run either both long and short, or just long or just short deals. And as you update that, it'll update the entries accordingly. I like to take profit and scale out early. So what you've got here is take profit target 1, how much of your position you want to scale out of and at what levels. Now just remember, the most you can move on a short trade is 100%, and that's when a coin's going to 0. So quite often your take profit levels on a short on higher time frames are going to be lower than your take profit levels on longs on a higher time frame. Same thing applies. You can have trailing take profit, you can set stop losses. Again, same sort of metrics. Your stop loss though, really going to depend on how you're trading with leverage. So I like to trade with 1 to 2x leverage for shorts. It gives me a lot of room to move. To be fair though, a 50% pump isn't unheard of, so be careful out there. You can activate trailing stop losses as well. It's very powerful. I'd encourage everybody to dive in, have a good look through, play with the backtester and the strategies, identify what you like to trade, how you like to trade, what you're comfortable with. If you have trades open and it's hard to sleep at night, you've gone a little bit too degen, dial it back a bit. Whether it's the risk, come up to a higher time frame, it's okay to have less trades. On that note, I'm going to hand it back over to Alex, and I'm looking forward to all the chat that we can have to keep things moving in the STP Multi-Range channel. Let's go get it, guys.